Okay, obviously disappointing loss, real tough loss. Came over here, our defense played outstanding. Our offense didn't get it done today. I mean, it's as simple as that. Didn't get a first down in the second half. Give them credit, had a good plan, but we didn't do a great job executing, doing the things that we need to do. Third downs, the 2 of 12 third downs, I thought obviously that was the worst of the year. We just didn't make any explosive plays, and they did a good job stopping the run. And we had trouble throwing the football when we threw it, and disappointing loss to say the least. Questions?
Gus, how do you explain the second half offensive performance where not only do you not get a first down, but seem to follow the same run with carry on, incomplete pass on third down over and over again?
Yeah, and I think one time we threw it on first down, had a complete pass, but we didn't get it done. I mean, that's just we didn't execute very good. We didn't do a very good job offensively, and I think that was obvious.
Why did you stick with Sean White?
He's our quarterback.
You wanted a spark from John Franklin III against Texas A&M. Did you not need a spark in the second half?
Obviously we'll look at things. Obviously we didn't get a spark, but we'll look at things after this game and have a plan moving forward. Sean's been our quarterback and has done a good job up to this point. I mean, obviously he's not 100%. Didn't practice again this past week throwing the football, but he's a tough guy, and that's who got us here, and that's who we went with today. And he's a tough guy.
How much of the injury do you think affected him?
It affected him. I mean, he hadn't been able to throw with his receivers for 2 weeks. I mean, goes out there and plays, does his best, and he got hit early on it. Tough guy.
We hadn't thrown in a couple of weeks. Carry on 22 carries, because that many passes. Carry on almost has 100 yards. Why not? Stick with the running game a lot more.
Yeah, you look back. I mean, we'll evaluate everything that happened today. Obviously, we didn't get it done. I mean, anytime you don't get it done, you've got to evaluate everything as far as running the football. I mean, just didn't get it done.
Is Jeremy finished for the year? Is it Jeremy Johnson, or is he a possibility?
He's ready to play if he needs to play. Like I said, Sean's our guy. He's not 100%, but he got us here, and that was our plan coming in. Had a lot of guys not 100%, but hey, that's part of it.
With the way the Wildcat was working so effectively on that touchdown drive, and seeing how it worked against Georgia when Kentucky played them, why did you kind of get away from that drive?
Yeah. Well, I think we went one other time with it, or a heavy set right there, and of course they went 0. But that was. I said we didn't get first down in the second half, so we'll look at everything moving forward.
Gus, are you frustrated with what you got beyond carry on the running backs part?
Well, Stanton Truitt got hurt the first time we gave it to him, and it was ankle, and then he was maybe 50%, and we're pretty beat up right there, and we're a run play action team, and when KJ wasn't 100%, but he's got a lot of guts. I mean, that's just. We're pretty beat up that position right now.
You're surprised by the number of drops, Gus? It seemed like one of your receivers, every single guy had a drop.
Yeah, that's we've done a good job with that this year up to this point. It was pretty surprising, but our guys have had a solid year at the receiver position, done a good job blocking, done a good job catching, but we had some drops tonight.
What's Cameron Petway's status?
He wasn't able to play, so it's week to week, so we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep you updated.
How much did the offense just have to change around now as you've been so reliant on Cameron the last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
How much of your game plan had to change going into this week?
Well, it changed, but, we've been pretty good on offense this year. And, it was kind of next man up mentality. And I thought KJ ran hard. He did some good stuff. We just never got in a rhythm. We really never got in our pace. We were fighting uphill, offensively.
What do you tell your guys after the game? You're out of the SEC championship race, and Alabama pushed the West with a loss. How do you handle that?
Well, we're disappointed we lost this one. We didn't talk about SEC championship. We talked about Georgia, and we're disappointed we lost this one. We got 2 more games. Our guys will rebound. They're extremely disappointed. They should be. They fought their guts out. They'll rebound. This is a tough group, and they'll rebound. We got great leadership.
Gus, do you have confidence in John Franklin III and Jeremy Johnson to pass
Yeah, I do, but I have more confidence in Sean White that led us up to this point. And I mean, obviously, you look back and he wasn't 100% and shoulda, coulda. I mean, we'll look at that. We'll look at that moving forward. But it's more of we had confidence in Sean White.
Justin, did you talk to Sean after the interception? And if so, I mean, did he tell you kind of what he saw on the play, what led to it?
Yeah, I mean, just we didn't do a very good job executing that play. So.
I mean, is that something where did his being injured have something to do with that? I mean, if he'd been 100%, would he have been able to make it?
I don't know. I'll have to. I mean, right now, I mean, obviously, I'll look at all the situations and look at the film and everything that goes with it. From a coach's standpoint, it's kind of a next play mentality, and so we'll look at it on film.
Gus, how much does your situation at quarterback sort of affect what you can do on offense right now?
Say it again.
How much does your situation at quarterback right now really affect what you can do on offense?
Well, I mean, obviously we didn't get it done tonight. 2 weeks in a row. Last week Sean didn't throw. We talked about that. He came in the second half, did a good job. This week, same thing. We just tried to, save his arm best we could to get him to the game. And hey, I must say that he battled. I mean, he battled, and he's a tough guy. And but.
Is he experiencing pain, or is it a lack of strength? What is sort of some of the issues personally with him?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably all of the above.
What did you
talked
think
to
of
Bernie Garner about his substitutions, and it seemed like you were waiting until Georgia would cross the 50 to put your D-lineman, make the D-lineman.
Well, I mean, the defense played great. I mean, they played great, and they've had rotations all year, and I thought the rotations were really good.
What did you make of Montrevis' performance?
Yeah, I mean, Montrevis is one of the best players in the country, and this is obviously an important game for him. He's disappointed, but Montrevis is a great player, great person.
Do you consider sitting out Sean White next week to get him ready?
Like I said, I need to get through this, look at everything. We'll evaluate everything. We'll try to get the best plan together for the next 2 weeks.
Gus, do you go back to calling plays?
What's that?
Do you go back to calling
No.
Take a few more.
Is this kind of a reaction to, early this season you kind of were switching quarterbacks, and then you named Sean, you were like, Sean's our guy, he's going to be our guy.
Yeah.
Do you feel like what happened out there is that you're going to stick with Sean no matter what?
Well, I think it has, I'll say it again, I mean, the injury, as a coach, you try to figure out, the right thing to do. And injuries are a little bit different. And so really that's probably the best answer I can give you right now is, obviously he's not 100%, but that's what we went with.
Just going back to that interception, do you view that as like the kind of turning point of the whole game?
I mean, it was a big play. I mean, they were having trouble moving the ball, and we were up, and they scored on defense, and it was a tough one.
Was it nice to see Trey Matthews get that interception? I guess.
Yeah, Trey Matthews made a great play. That was a huge play in the end zone, momentum play.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much.